Well, good morning, everybody. I know I usually do a premiere on Saturday morning, but some things came up, and I don't know if I'm going to be available to participate in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and post it at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'll respond to the comments later. So I hope everybody enjoys the video. It's continuing switching and Oak Hill. We had just finished backing out of Cedar Heights clay. Now we're going to spot the gondola for Charrington scrap on the passing track. So we're making a couple extra moves here, and I'll tell you why. I've always been very careful not to put the gondola loaded with scrap behind the locomotives because you need a buffer car. You don't want the loose loads. In case, if they have a derailment or you hit a vehicle, all those scrap would come flying up toward the locomotive. But in the last operating session, I left the gondola next to the caboose. Because in my mind, same thing happens. The scrap flies forward, away from the caboose where the conductor is. So I didn't think it was that big a deal. But I guess the loose load rule applies to engines and cabooses, regardless of direction. I haven't found anything that says it doesn't, anyhow. So somebody pointed that out to me. So I'm going ahead and put the two loaded hoppers full of clay on this end of the gondola, so when the train comes from Chillicothe, when it goes back to Chillicothe, the gondola full of scrap will be in the middle of the train. If I wasn't worried about that, I could have just pushed the gondola on up to the two covered hoppers, ran around them, and then did the switching. Sitting out on the back porch, Friday afternoon narrating this. It's about 90 degrees. Since we had that 9/10 of an inch of rain 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, we haven't had another drop. So in about 7 weeks, I think we've had one rain here. All right, now we can run around the train. But on the way, we're going to pull all the boxcars from Ohio Fire Brick because we have nothing to deliver to Ohio Fire Brick at this time. We're pulling 3 and not spotting any there. So it just makes sense to go ahead and do it now. So regards to our adopted cat, Harley, he comes and goes. I mean, he'll disappear for 2 or 3 days, and he'll show up for 2 or 3 days. But he quit sleeping in the garage. I had a cat door in the garage for a previous cat we had. Unfortunately, a raccoon discovered the cat door and started coming in at night. And I think that the cat was scared to go in there at that point, and the raccoon started eating the cat food and tore into the bird food. And so I had to seal the opening for the garage door back up, because I'm not going to be able to keep the raccoon out of it. So what we'll do for Harley this winter is I'll make a heated, like, cat house type thing. I've seen people make them out of like old coolers and things. We'll put a light in it and have some heat in it for when it gets real bad, so he can get out of the weather anyhow. But I'm putting the food out every day on the porch for him, and then I'll just put it in at night. But where I live, there's no way we're going to control the raccoons. I've figured that out. So I'm going to pull the 3 boxcars north of town, and we'll just use them as like a handle to switch Charrington scrap. The reason why I didn't go in and pull the loaded gondola from Charrington scrap first was because the empty gondola was fouling the switch, so I had to move it. Or at least I thought it might be fouling the switch. I didn't want to take a chance. I'm going to spot the load, couple it up to the covered hoppers of clay. So our switching is pretty much done in Oak Hill. Pretty easy job this time. Sometimes it'll take me 3 sessions to do it if I've got to spot more cars at the Ohio Fire Brick. Because I do have 3 car spots there. Sometimes I have to shuffle the box cars to get in the right order too. You really see the coupler bob on the right here. I hate that. But the car coupled to the locomotive is an Atlas car with Atlas couplers. It's not bobbing. So we've got enough room for all 6 cars, outbound cars, to fit on the passing siding. We just need to make sure we don't block Main Street, obviously. So we're going to push them up a little bit. Then we'll uncouple the locomotive and put it away. Our last move is to put the locomotive back in the inside the fence at Ohio Fire Brick. 1980, there wasn't a lot of graffiti going on, but at least it keeps kids from messing with it or climbing on it. So they lock the locomotive up when they're not using it inside the gates at Ohio Fire Brick. So we'll shut the gates here with my Rick's pick. Oh. And we'll power the locomotive down. That'll be it for this week. So everybody have a great weekend and stay safe.